Ladies, it's time to awaken the strength that lies within you. In a world that tries to pull you down, to convince you that softness is weakness, it's time to stand firm in your true power. The time has come for you to rise and stop allowing circumstances or opinions to dictate your worth. You were made for greatness, not mediocrity. You must understand that there is a powerful force within you, a strength that transcends the trials you face, the obstacles in your way, and the doubts that sometimes cloud your mind. Too often we look outward for strength, for validation, or for guidance, forgetting that the true power is already within us. It is embedded in the very core of your being. This strength is not something you need to search for in distant places or in other people. It is a part of you, waiting to be awakened. We are all born with an inherent power, a deep well of resilience and courage that is uniquely ours. This strength is not just about physical endurance or the ability to carry heavy burdens. It is the emotional and mental toughness that allows us to keep going even when we feel like quitting. It is the determination that enables us to push through pain, disappointment, and fear. It is the fortitude to rise after every fall, to find purpose in moments of confusion, and to hold fast to our convictions when the world tries to shake them. But in order to awaken this power, you must first acknowledge its existence. You must believe that you are capable of more than what is seen in the mirror. You must stop telling yourself that you are weak, that you cannot face what lies ahead, or that you are not worthy of the success and fulfillment you desire. These thoughts only serve to dim the light within you, to bury the strength that is there, waiting to be unleashed. The key to awakening your strength is self-awareness. Recognize that you are far more resilient than you often give yourself credit for. Every challenge you have faced in your life has been a stepping stone, building you into the woman you are today. Look back and see how far you've come, how many battles you've won without even realizing it. Whether it was overcoming personal hardships, breaking through barriers at work, or simply persevering through emotional turmoil, you've proven time and again that you have the strength to endure. This strength is not reserved for the few, the extraordinary, or the ones who seem to have it all together. It is available to you, to every woman who dares to tap into it. It is a wellspring of power that, when recognized and cultivated, can transform your life in ways you never thought possible. But this requires a shift in mindset. You have to stop seeing yourself as a passive observer of your life and start embracing your role as an active participant in your own destiny. Your power is not something that will come to you by accident or through external circumstances. It is something that comes from within when you decide to step into it fully, unapologetically. As you begin to recognize the strength within you, the next step is to trust it. Believe that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. Trust that the inner strength you possess will guide you through difficult moments. Too often we allow fear and doubt to overshadow our innate capabilities, but fear is a liar. It will tell you that you cannot succeed, that you are not enough, that the obstacles in your path are insurmountable. But your strength will prove otherwise. It is stronger than fear, more enduring than doubt. When you trust in your inner power, you allow yourself to rise above life's challenges with confidence. You stop shrinking back from difficulties and start facing them head-on, knowing that you have what it takes to overcome them. The trials you encounter become opportunities for growth, for learning, and for discovering just how strong you truly are. You are capable of greatness. The strength within you is limitless. And when you tap into it, you will see your life unfold in ways you never imagined. It is time to stop doubting yourself, to stop holding back, and to start living from a place of power. Let the world see you for who you truly are, a woman of unshakable strength, resilience, and purpose. The first step toward achieving everything you desire is acknowledging the strength that has always been there, waiting for you to realize its power. Too often we are taught to seek comfort, to avoid discomfort at all costs. The world has built an entire culture around the pursuit of convenience, ease, and safety. But the truth is that comfort often breeds complacency, and complacency stifles growth. As a woman, you are not meant to exist in a state of comfort or passivity. You are meant to rise above mediocrity and push through the barriers that seek to hold you back. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeking a life that is comfortable, one where the days blend together in a routine of predictability. But when you choose comfort, you limit yourself. You choose the path of least resistance. And in doing so, you rob yourself of the opportunities that come from challenge and adversity. The reality is that the most powerful moments of growth in your life will never come from a place of comfort. They come from the moments when you push yourself beyond what you thought was possible, when you step out into the unknown and face your fears head on. Every time you settle for comfort, you allow yourself to shrink. You allow your potential to be held hostage by the fear of discomfort. But discomfort is not your enemy, it is a teacher. It is the pressure that forges you into something greater, stronger, and more resilient than you ever imagined. Without discomfort, there can be no transformation. Without challenge, there is no growth. You cannot become the woman you are destined to be if you continue to seek only what is easy and safe. So it's time to change the narrative. It's time to stop seeking comfort in a world that thrives on convenience and security. The world will try to convince you that you should aim to live without struggle, without difficulty. But struggle is necessary. It is the crucible in which greatness is forged. When you embrace discomfort, you open yourself to opportunities you never would have discovered by staying in your bubble of safety. Consider the moments in your life when you've been faced with a challenge that pushed you beyond your limits. Think about those times when you didn't know how you were going to make it through, but you did. In those moments you were uncomfortable, yes, but you were also growing. You were becoming more of the woman you were always meant to be. When you choose to stay in your comfort zone, you deny yourself the chance to grow into a woman of power and influence. Comfort will never give you the tools you need to achieve greatness, nor will it equip you with the resilience to face life's inevitable storms. But discomfort, while it may be hard, will shape you. It will teach you lessons that comfort never will. It will show you how strong you are, how capable you are, and how much further you can go than you ever believed. And here's the truth: there is no real power in playing it safe. There is no transformation in staying in the same place for fear of the unknown. You are called to be more than just someone who exists day after day without taking risks. You are meant to live boldly, to chase after challenges and to rise above them. By embracing discomfort, you begin to unlock your true potential. The world will try to tell you that soft, easy living is the path to happiness, but happiness that is won through ease is fleeting. True joy, true satisfaction, and true fulfillment come from the sense of accomplishment you gain when you have fought, struggled, and persevered. When you face challenges head-on and emerge victorious, there is a satisfaction that cannot be replicated by any other means. So, stop letting comfort dictate your life. Stop seeking the easy way out and start embracing the discomfort that comes with growth. Life will test you, but each test is an opportunity to rise to the occasion. The discomfort you face today will prepare you for the challenges of tomorrow. It will sharpen you, strengthen you, and shape you into the woman you were always meant to be. It's time to stop hiding behind the veil of comfort and step into your full potential. You were not meant to live a life of passivity, waiting for things to happen for you. You were meant to take action, to push against the current, and to thrive in the midst of challenges. The world may try to convince you that comfort is the goal, but true success is born from stepping into the discomfort and emerging stronger on the other side. That you were not born to live a life of mediocrity. You were born with a purpose that goes far beyond just getting by, far beyond simply existing from one day to the next. There is greatness inside you, waiting to be tapped into. And the only way to unlock it is by refusing to settle for anything less than extraordinary. Mediocrity is the enemy of potential, and to give in to it is to deny the very essence of who you are meant to become. Every day you live with the intention of merely surviving, you are cutting yourself off from the life you are capable of living. We often hear the phrase "good enough," but what does that really mean? It implies that we should be content with the status quo, that we should lower our expectations and settle for a life that doesn't challenge us, that doesn't stretch us. But mediocrity is a silent thief. It steals your time, your energy, and most tragically, your dreams. When you accept mediocrity, you are saying that you are okay with living a life that lacks the passion, the vibrancy, and the potential that you were born with. The world may tell you that being average is acceptable, that it's okay to blend in, to do just enough to check the boxes and move along. But deep within, you know that there is more to you than that. You know that you are capable of doing more, of being more, of achieving more than what you currently are. When you look inside yourself, when you listen to that quiet voice that urges you to reach higher, you realize that settling for mediocrity is not an option. You were made for something greater. This doesn't mean you must strive for perfection, for perfection is an illusion that will always evade you. What it does mean is that you must pursue excellence. Excellence is about continuously pushing yourself to be the best version of yourself, to elevate your actions and your mindset to new heights. Excellence is about pursuing your highest potential and doing what is necessary to become the person you were always meant to be. It's about living a life that reflects your true capabilities and not shrinking down to fit into the mold that others have set for you. The problem with mediocrity is that it convinces you that you are enough when in truth you are capable of so much more. It encourages you to stay in your comfort zone, to do only what is easy, to avoid risks. But growth doesn't happen in comfort, it happens when you step outside your boundaries, when you stretch yourself beyond what you thought was possible. Every time you decide to push past mediocrity, you are opening the door to your greatest self. Refusing to settle for mediocrity means refusing to allow your circumstances to define you. Too often we let external factors dictate the limits of our potential. We tell ourselves that because of where we are, because of our past mistakes, because of the challenges we face, we cannot reach for something greater. But these are just excuses. Your circumstances do not define you. Your mindset, your choices, and your willingness to rise above those circumstances, that is what will define you. It's also important to recognize that mediocrity doesn't just show up in the big moments. It creeps in through the small decisions we make every day. It's in the way we approach our work, our relationships, and our personal development. It's the decision to do the bare minimum instead of giving our best. It's the habit of procrastination, of waiting for the perfect moment to start, when the truth is the perfect moment never comes. It's in the mindset of just getting by, where we convince ourselves that this is enough. But it's not enough, not for you, not for the woman you are destined to become. To break free from mediocrity, you must raise your standards. You must demand more from yourself and hold yourself accountable for your actions. Don't allow yourself to be satisfied with anything less than your best effort. You deserve more than mediocrity. And you have the potential to achieve greatness in all areas of your life, whether that's in your career, your relationships, or your personal growth. The road to greatness is not easy. It requires effort, perseverance, and a willingness to face challenges head-on. But it also requires a refusal to accept anything less than your highest potential. You can't afford to settle for good enough when you are capable of extraordinary things. The world is waiting for you to step into your full potential, to stop playing small, and to take up the space you deserve. This is your call to action. Let go of the idea that mediocrity is enough. Stop giving in to the lies that tell you that you are destined to be average, or that your past defines your future, or that your dreams are out of reach. You are capable of so much more than you realize. The key to unlocking your greatness is deciding once and for all that you will no longer accept anything less than your very best. Anything less is not your destiny. Anything less is beneath you. It's time to rise up, step into your true potential, and embrace a life of excellence. There is an undeniable truth that we often overlook. You are worthy of greatness. You were not placed on this earth to simply exist, to drift from one day to the next, or to wait for validation from others. Your worth does not come from what you accomplish, nor from the opinions or judgments of those around you. Your worth is inherent, woven into the very fabric of who you are. It is not something to be earned or proven. It is something that simply is, but far too often women are taught to doubt their own value, to shrink back in the face of success, and to constantly seek external validation to feel seen or heard. Society, family, and even our own inner critics often tell us that we are not enough, that we need to do more, achieve more, and be more in order to justify our existence. We begin to believe that we must earn our worth by meeting certain standards, fulfilling certain roles, or living up to the expectations of others. This belief traps us in a cycle of self-doubt, insecurity, and fear. The truth, however, is far more empowering. You do not need to earn your worth. You were born with it. Your value is not contingent on your achievements, your appearance, or your ability to please others. It is intrinsic. It is part of who you are at the deepest level. The world may try to convince you that you must prove yourself, that you must constantly strive for perfection to be worthy of success, love, and respect. But this is a lie. You are already worthy just as you are. The key to unlocking this truth is self-awareness. The moment you truly understand and accept your inherent worth, everything changes. You stop measuring yourself by the standards of others and begin to see yourself as worthy of success, love, happiness, and fulfillment, because you exist. When you realize your worth, you stop waiting for permission to take up space, to speak your truth, and to pursue your dreams. You stop letting others determine your value or define your limits. This recognition of your worth doesn't mean that you become complacent or settle for less. On the contrary, understanding your worth is the catalyst for striving toward your highest potential. When you know that you are worthy, you stop holding yourself back from your goals. You stop apologizing for wanting more, for desiring success, for aiming for greatness. You realize that wanting to succeed is not an act of selfishness, it is an affirmation of the truth that you are worthy of the very best that life has to offer. Knowing your worth also means refusing to tolerate anything that does not honor you, whether that's in your relationships, your career, or your personal life. You will no longer allow others to treat you as less than you are because you understand that you deserve respect, kindness, and love. You will stop allowing toxic environments to dictate your worth, and you will have the strength to walk away from situations that do not serve your highest good. You will no longer settle for relationships that diminish your value, nor will you remain in jobs or circumstances that fail to recognize your contributions and potential. When you know your worth, you set boundaries, not from a place of defense, but from a place of confidence. Boundaries are not walls, they are declarations of your value. They are a way of saying, I honor myself and will not allow anyone or anything to diminish my greatness. When you know your worth, you stand firm in your decisions, not because you are afraid of rejection or conflict, but because you have a deep, unshakable belief in your own value. And here is the most powerful truth of all. When you know your worth, you stop comparing yourself to others. So often we look at the lives of others and measure our own success against their accomplishments, their possessions, and their status. We get caught in the trap of comparing our journey to someone else's highlight reel. But when you truly understand your worth, you realize that your path is unique. Your worth is not contingent on how you stack up against others. It is intrinsic to who you are. You are not in competition with anyone else. You are only in competition with the version of yourself that you have yet to become. This mindset shift allows you to let go of the need to seek validation outside of yourself. You stop looking for approval from those around you, and you start seeking validation from within. Your confidence grows because you are no longer dependent on external factors to feel good about yourself. You begin to trust your instincts, to believe in your decisions, and to know that your worth does not fluctuate based on the opinions or judgments of others. This is not to say that you won't face challenges or moments of self-doubt, for you will. The journey to recognizing your worth is not always linear or without struggle. There will be moments when you question your decisions, when you face setbacks, and when you wonder if you are on the right path. But during these moments, remember this: your worth is unchangeable. It is not determined by your failures or your successes. It is a constant, a truth that exists whether you're at your peak or in the valley. The moment you truly recognize your worth is the moment your life changes. You will begin to walk in a way that reflects your value, to speak with the confidence that comes from knowing you are worthy of being heard, and to act in ways that honor your highest potential. You will no longer shrink back in fear or second-guess yourself. You will stand tall, proud, and unapologetic in the truth of who you are. There is a power that lies within you, a power that has been built through every trial, every hardship, every moment of struggle. It is a resilience that cannot be broken, a strength that has been forged through fire. But this resilience does not come from the absence of challenges or pain. It is born through the adversity we face and the way we rise above it. Every obstacle you have encountered in your life was not designed to destroy you, but rather to make you stronger. It is in these moments of difficulty that you discover what you are truly made of. Life will test you. There is no escaping that truth. Whether it's a personal loss, a career setback, or a deeply painful experience, challenges will come your way. And while these challenges may feel overwhelming at times, they are also the very things that reveal the true depth of your strength. It's easy to feel invincible when life is smooth, when everything is going your way. But the real test of your character, your resilience, and your strength comes when life gets hard. When the storms come, when the weight feels unbearable, it is in those moments that you either break or become something more. Resilience is not just the ability to endure, but the ability to overcome. It's the willingness to face adversity head-on, to stand tall even when the world seems to be pushing you down, and to keep moving forward even when every part of you wants to quit. It is the capacity to find hope when there seems to be none, to keep going when you don't know how, and to rise again after every fall. This is not the resilience of those who avoid hardship or who live in a bubble of comfort. It is the resilience of those who confront life's challenges with determination and faith in their own ability to rise above them. You've faced moments where you doubted yourself, where you questioned your ability to keep going. But you're still here. You've faced days where it felt like the weight of the world was pressing down on you, yet somehow you kept moving forward. You've survived moments of fear, moments of heartbreak, and moments when everything seemed uncertain. And with each of those moments, you became stronger. It is through these trials that you have built the strength to face anything that comes your way in the future. Every challenge you have encountered has not been a mark of your weakness, but a testament to your strength. One of the greatest misconceptions we have is that resilience means we have to endure suffering in silence, that we must go through struggles without showing weakness or vulnerability. But resilience is not about pretending to be invulnerable. It is about being real with yourself, acknowledging the pain, the fear, the doubts, and yet continuing to move forward despite them. It is the ability to experience the full range of human emotions and still find the courage to stand up, to keep going, and to rise after every setback. It's important to understand that resilience does not mean you will never fall. You will fall. You will face moments where you feel defeated, where you feel like giving up, where it seems easier to just stop trying. But resilience is about getting back up. It's about finding the strength to move past the setbacks, to use them as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. It's about knowing that even when you are knocked down, you have the power to rise again and to face the next challenge with even more strength. This kind of resilience doesn't come from some external source. It comes from within you. It is born from your own belief in your ability to overcome. It is the quiet voice inside you that says, I can do this, even when everything around you tells you to give up. It is the deep knowing that no matter what you face, you are capable of handling it. It is a strength that grows with every challenge you conquer, every fear you face, and every victory you achieve. What you need to remember is that you are stronger than you realize. The challenges that seem insurmountable today will one day just be a part of your story, a story of perseverance, of overcoming, and of growth. You may not be able to see it now, but each challenge you face is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. It is strengthening your character, deepening your resilience, and preparing you for the future. You've already proven to yourself that you can handle more than you think. You've survived every tough moment in your life so far, and you will continue to survive and grow. There is no obstacle too great, no difficulty too overwhelming for you to overcome. The power to rise above is already within you. You just have to remember it, tap into it, and trust that you are more than capable of facing whatever comes next. Resilience is not about avoiding pain, it's about embracing the challenge and coming out stronger on the other side. It is about having the courage to keep going when the road is tough. And it's about trusting yourself enough to know that no matter what happens, you will not be broken. You will rise. You will rise. You were born with the capacity to shape your destiny. The world may tell you that your circumstances, your environment, or your past mistakes define who you are and what you can achieve, but that is not the truth. Your life is not a fixed path determined by external factors. It is a journey that you have the power to steer in any direction you choose. The choices you make today will carve out the future you will experience tomorrow. You are not simply a product of your environment, you are the creator of your own story. Too often we find ourselves trapped by the narrative that life has given us. We fall into the trap of believing that where we come from or the struggles we face limit what we can do. We allow ourselves to become victims of our circumstances, clinging to past failures and disappointments as reasons to play small or hold back. But the truth is, your past does not dictate your future. Your current situation does not define what is possible for you. Every day you have the opportunity to rewrite your story and take ownership of the life you desire. The key to shaping your destiny lies in the decisions you make and the mindset you adopt. When you take ownership of your choices, you begin to see that you have far more power than you may have realized. It is easy to become a passive observer in life, letting external forces dictate your path. But that is not the way to live with purpose. You must take an active role in shaping your future by deciding who you want to become and what you want to achieve. You must stop waiting for life to happen to you and start creating the life you want for yourself. This doesn't mean that everything will be easy or that challenges won't come your way. There will be obstacles. There will be moments when you question your path or wonder if you are capable of the things you desire. But when you take ownership of your life, you learn that challenges are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones to greater things. You begin to see every difficulty as an opportunity for growth, as a lesson that will bring you closer to your goals. Instead of seeing obstacles as reasons to stop, you begin to see them as reasons to push forward, to dig deeper, and to find new solutions. Shaping your destiny requires a mindset that is focused on progress, not perfection. It is about understanding that the journey is not linear and that setbacks do not equate to failure. Progress is built upon perseverance, consistent effort, and the belief that you are worthy of the success you desire. It's about adopting a growth mindset, knowing that you can learn, adapt, and improve with every experience, whether positive or negative. The way you view your circumstances directly impacts the way you respond to them. When you see challenges as part of the process, as opportunities for growth, you no longer allow them to stop you from moving forward. The most important part of shaping your destiny is taking responsibility for your own actions. No one else is responsible for the life you create but you. It's easy to point fingers to blame your past, your upbringing, or your current situation for where you are today. But the moment you stop blaming others and start taking responsibility for your choices, you take back control. You stop waiting for permission to live the life you want, and you begin taking the necessary steps to make it happen. It is in this moment of responsibility that you unlock your true power. To take responsibility is to acknowledge that you have the ability to create the future you want. It means understanding that the decisions you make each day, no matter how small, play a pivotal role in the life you ultimately lead. When you commit to shaping your destiny, you begin to make intentional choices that align with your values, your goals, and your purpose. Instead of making choices out of fear or habit, you start making them out of purpose and intention. One of the most powerful aspects of shaping your destiny is learning to trust yourself. There will always be external voices that try to tell you what you should do, how you should live, and what is acceptable for you to pursue. But the most important voice in your life is your own. When you trust your instincts, when you believe in your own vision, you give yourself the power to create the life you want. Trusting yourself means not waiting for validation from others before taking action. It means following your heart and pursuing what truly matters to you, even if it doesn't fit into someone else's idea of what success should look like. You were not put here to live a life of limitation. The potential that lies within you is vast, and it is up to you to unleash it. To shape your destiny, you must be willing to break free from the confines of fear, doubt, and insecurity. You must step out of the shadows of your past and into the light of your future. The world is full of possibilities, and each day is an opportunity for you to step closer to the person you are meant to become. Shaping your destiny also requires resilience, the ability to keep going even when things don't unfold the way you hope. Life is unpredictable, and while you cannot control everything, you can control your response to it. When you face adversity, it is important to stay grounded in the understanding that challenges are temporary, but your commitment to your goals and your belief in your destiny are unwavering. You may not have control over every circumstance, but you have control over how you respond to those circumstances, and it is your responses that shape your path. At the heart of shaping your destiny is the belief that you are worthy of everything you desire. You must believe that you are capable of greatness and that your dreams are not only possible but within your reach. When you align your actions with your beliefs, when you act as if your success is inevitable, you begin to bring that success into reality. Shaping your destiny is not a passive act, it is a bold declaration that you are taking ownership of your life and your future. It is a commitment to living with purpose, passion, and the unwavering belief that the life you envision is within your grasp. It is crucial to recognize that life is not just about the pursuit of success, but also about the process of growth. The journey itself is just as significant, if not more, than the destination. So often we get caught up in the idea that success is a singular moment that will solve all our problems or bring us the ultimate sense of fulfillment. We work tirelessly, pushing ourselves towards a goal, thinking that once we achieve it, we will finally have everything we've been seeking. But the truth is, success is a process, not a destination. The real value lies in the growth that takes place along the way. Success, as many define it, often appears to be an end point, landing a dream job, achieving financial freedom, becoming recognized for your work, or reaching a personal goal. And while these accomplishments can certainly be fulfilling, they should not be the sole focus of your life. The pursuit of success, when done right, should be a continual process of improvement, learning and expanding your capabilities. It is in this continuous growth that true fulfillment is found. Growth, however, is rarely a straight line. It is messy, often frustrating, and filled with moments of doubt and uncertainty. If you wait for everything to be perfect before you act, you'll never move forward. In fact, you may find that the moments when you feel most uncertain or inadequate are the very moments that are leading you toward your greatest breakthroughs. Growth comes from pushing beyond your comfort zone, from taking risks and making mistakes, from learning and evolving through every experience you have. The road to growth may be filled with failure, but it is in failure that we often learn the most valuable lessons. When we focus solely on success as the end goal, we miss the opportunity to appreciate the richness of the journey. There is a beauty in the small, everyday victories, those moments when you face a challenge head-on and refuse to back down, when you learn something new, when you take a step forward, no matter how small. It is in the mundane and the repetition of small actions that the foundation of greatness is laid. Every day presents a chance to grow, to be better than you were yesterday. When you commit to growth rather than focusing only on success, you start to see that each day is an opportunity to become more than you were the day before. The danger in focusing too much on success is that it can make you feel as though you are not enough until you achieve a certain goal. It makes you believe that you are defined by your accomplishments and that you are only worthy when you've reached a particular milestone. But when growth is the goal, success becomes a natural byproduct, not the measure of your worth. In fact, you begin to realize that the process of striving for something greater is itself the reward. The lessons you learn, the challenges you overcome, and the strength you build along the way are far more valuable than any external recognition or tangible success. Growth requires patience and persistence. It asks you to trust in the process and to remain committed even when the results aren't immediate or obvious. It's easy to feel discouraged when things don't move as quickly as you'd like, but it is important to remember that all growth takes time. Just as a seed doesn't sprout overnight, your efforts will take time to bear fruit. Trust that every step you take, every setback you encounter, and every lesson you learn is part of the greater picture of your life's evolution. When you focus on growth, you also begin to understand that success is not defined by the outcomes you achieve, but by the person you become in the process. You become stronger, more resilient, more self-aware, and more capable of handling whatever life throws your way. You gain the confidence that comes from knowing that you can handle challenges, that you can rise from failures, and that you have the strength to keep going no matter what. Growth fosters a deep sense of self-assurance that can only come from within. It allows you to remain grounded and focused no matter how chaotic the world around you may become. Moreover, growth is not just about personal development. It extends to every area of your life, your relationships, your career, your emotional well-being, and your impact on the world. When you are dedicated to growth, you begin to see yourself in a different light. You stop seeing your life in terms of what you lack or what you still need to accomplish and start seeing it as a journey of continual evolution. You begin to realize that your value is not tied to what you do, but to who you are becoming in the process. Growth also means embracing change. Change is an inevitable part of life, and often it can feel uncomfortable or even unsettling. Yet, when you learn to embrace change as part of your personal development, you stop fighting against it and start seeing it as an opportunity for progress. Change is the catalyst for growth. It challenges you to stretch beyond what you thought was possible, to break old patterns and to step into new possibilities. The more you embrace change, the more open you become to new experiences, new ideas, and new ways of thinking. You become more adaptable, more resilient, and better equipped to navigate life's uncertainties. Additionally, growth requires a mindset of openness and curiosity. When you are open to learning and improving, you begin to see the world as full of possibilities rather than limitations. You start to see every setback as an opportunity to learn and every mistake as a chance to grow. When you are constantly looking for ways to improve, your perspective shifts from a fixed mindset where you believe your abilities are limited to a growth mindset where you believe that with effort, persistence, and learning, you can continue to evolve and achieve new levels of success. This shift in mindset allows you to approach life with a sense of excitement and possibility rather than fear or doubt. The beauty of focusing on growth rather than success is that it opens up a whole new world of opportunities. You are no longer bound by the pressure of achieving a particular outcome, but instead you are free to explore, to experiment, and to learn. You begin to find fulfillment in the pursuit itself, in the act of striving, rather than in the results. This not only makes the journey more enjoyable, but also ensures that you remain motivated and energized even when the road gets tough. Ultimately, the pursuit of growth leads to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. When you are focused on becoming the best version of yourself, success naturally follows. However, even if success doesn't look the way you initially envisioned it, you will find that you have gained something far more precious: personal growth, wisdom, and a deeper connection to who you truly are. It is this ongoing growth that enriches your life and brings a sense of fulfillment that no external achievement ever could. In every part of your life, from the smallest decision to the biggest commitment, you have the ability to lead with confidence, but this confidence comes from within you. It is not something that is given to you by others or something that you achieve once you reach a particular level of success. Confidence is a mindset, a belief in your ability to navigate life's challenges, to trust your instincts, and to take bold action without the constant need for external validation. Too often women find themselves waiting for permission or approval to take charge of their lives, to speak up for themselves, or to pursue their dreams. But you must realize this truth: you do not need anyone's approval to walk boldly in your own path. The essence of confidence is understanding that you are capable, worthy, and strong regardless of what others may say or think. It is recognizing that your worth is not contingent upon the opinions of others, but comes from within. It is knowing that you have the power to create your own narrative and to rewrite the story of your life whenever you choose. Confidence is not about being perfect, nor is it about never feeling doubt or fear. It is about embracing those moments of uncertainty and still moving forward, trusting that you have the strength to face whatever comes next. The foundation of confidence is self-belief. This means that above all, you must trust yourself and your ability to handle whatever comes your way. You are the one who has walked through the trials, the one who has navigated through difficulties, and you are the one who has emerged stronger with each challenge. Confidence is built on the experiences of the past, on the knowledge that you've already survived tough moments and that you have what it takes to keep going. You've already shown yourself that you can handle hardship, overcome obstacles, and adapt to changing circumstances. With each success, no matter how small, you strengthen your belief in your own abilities. But it's not enough to simply have confidence in your abilities. You must also trust yourself to make decisions. It's easy to second-guess yourself or to let fear of failure keep you from taking action. But the truth is, every decision you make, even if it turns out to be a mistake, is a part of your growth. Confidence comes from being able to trust your judgment, to trust that you will learn from every experience and that you will continue to grow stronger with each step you take. When you trust your own decision-making, you take away the pressure of needing perfection. You stop waiting for all the stars to align or for every piece of the puzzle to fall into place before you take action. Instead, you step forward boldly, knowing that you will figure it out as you go. To lead with confidence also means embracing vulnerability. Many women are taught to hide their weaknesses, to put on a facade of invincibility, and to show only their strongest side to the world. But confidence is not about being invulnerable. It is about being real and authentic. It is about showing up as your true self, knowing that your imperfections are part of what makes you human and that they do not diminish your worth. True confidence is being comfortable in your own skin, even in moments of vulnerability, and allowing others to see the fullness of who you are. This is where true strength lies, not in hiding your flaws, but in embracing them as part of your journey. Another essential element of confidence is assertiveness. Too often women are conditioned to be accommodating, to say yes even when they feel stretched thin, and to prioritize the needs of others over their own. But confident leadership means setting boundaries and being clear about what you need and what you want. It means advocating for yourself without apology, whether that's in your personal relationships or your professional life. It means learning how to say no when necessary and recognizing that your time, energy, and well-being are just as important as anyone else's. Assertiveness is not about being aggressive or domineering. It's about being clear, direct, and respectful of your own needs and the needs of others. Confidence also comes from a willingness to take risks. If you are always playing it safe, you limit your potential. Life's greatest opportunities often lie just outside of your comfort zone, in the unknown, in the areas that scare you the most. When you lead with confidence, you embrace the unknown and take calculated risks, knowing that even if you fail, you will learn, grow, and adapt. It's in the risk-taking that you discover your true potential, push the boundaries of what you thought was possible, and find strength you never knew you had. There is also a deep connection between confidence and the way you view failure. So often we fear failure because we believe it means that we are not good enough or that we have failed in some fundamental way. But true confidence sees failure not as an end, but as part of the process of growth. Every failure is a lesson, every setback is an opportunity to come back stronger. When you view failure this way, you can move through life with resilience, knowing that it is not a reflection of your worth, but rather a stepping stone to greater success. Confidence is the ability to get back up after you fall, to try again, and to keep moving forward despite the challenges. Moreover, confidence is magnetic. When you lead with confidence, you inspire others around you to do the same. Your strength, clarity, and determination create a ripple effect, influencing everyone you come into contact with. People are drawn to those who exude confidence, who trust themselves and their abilities, and who are unapologetically authentic. When you lead confidently, you not only empower yourself, but also those around you to step into their own power and create a more empowered environment for everyone. Leading with confidence also means embracing your unique voice and perspective. No one else has your experiences, your insights, or your way of seeing the world. When you lead with confidence, you stop trying to fit into someone else's mold, and instead you embrace what makes you different. You recognize that your perspective is valuable and that your contributions matter. When you speak up, whether in a conversation, a meeting, or a larger platform, you do so with the belief that what you have to say is important. You do not hold back out of fear of judgment or rejection. You express yourself freely, knowing that your voice deserves to be heard. True leadership, true confidence is about owning who you are, flaws and all, and stepping into the power that comes from that ownership. When you lead with confidence, you no longer wait for external approval or permission. You know that your voice, your decisions, and your actions matter. You are not afraid to stand firm in your beliefs, to take the lead, and to make an impact. It's a commitment to your own growth, to your purpose, and to living a life of authenticity and intention. You begin to show up as the leader of your own life, knowing that the journey is yours to create and that you are more than capable of navigating whatever comes your way. Ace. We come to the end of this discussion. Remember this. The power to lead, to grow, and to shape your life is already within you. You have within you the strength to face any challenge, overcome any obstacle, and to create the life you've always dreamed of. The world may try to define you, to tell you what you cannot do, but you are the author of your own story. Your journey is yours to own, and every decision you make today is a step toward the person you are meant to become. So, stop waiting for permission. Stop letting fear dictate your actions. Stop holding back because you think you're not enough. You are more than enough. It's time to rise, to stand tall, to step into your power, and to lead your life with confidence. Your dreams are within reach, and your potential is limitless. You are capable of greatness, and it's time to start believing that. Lead boldly, lead with purpose, lead with confidence, because the world is waiting for you to show up as the incredible, unstoppable force that you are.